Hello everybody, my name is Trent Sterling and this is my first devlog in a video type format. I would attempt to do these daily, but I think a weekly devlog would probably have more decent content. As it stands, I only have a few topics to cover and a few projects to showcase. Okay, so here we have I was going to make kind of a Voxley Binding of Isaac clone. Twin stick shooter kind of a thing. A lot of particles. Oh, I just fell off the level. That wasn't very smart of me. Let's try that again. Anyways, this was all done in Playmaker and only a few custom actions, but I don't think I'm actually going to finish this, and I'm not sure how much voxel stuff I'm going to be able to keep doing. The voxel art kind of takes longer than traditional 2D pixel art, so I don't know. It's kind of just like more work, and I think voxels look really cool, but I'm not sure that everyone, I think part of the problem with voxels is performance. If I were to make 2D games with pixel art, I mean, I can just have like a million particles, and here with like this voxel game, I'm kind of pushing my video card already, and I don't have nearly as many effects as I would really want to. That being said, I also don't have Unity Pro, so all my lights and stuff are using forward rendering, meaning every single light renders the entire scene again, or at least all the objects that are affected by the light get rendered twice. So I mean, looking at this scene, there's 1,500 draw calls. That's a ton, and there's not that much going on. So that might be one reason for me to go back to two-dimensional stuff. But I don't know. I've been thinking about it a lot. After doing this whole twin stick shooter thing, I was thinking, maybe I'll do a Playmaker tutorial for it. I had done another YouTube video that covered Playmaker twin stick shooter controls, but that was just a demo, just kind of showing it off, and that was going to be a preview of what the tutorial was going to teach, but I never actually got to finish that project or tutorial. So I looked back at it. I said, we should take another whack at it. So I got some recording software, and I went ahead and tried to make another twin stick tutorial. In the tutorial, I had only got basic movement working, and I was running into some issues with fixed update versus the regular update that most of the Playmaker actions use. Stuff like get velocity is on update instead of fixed update, which is kind of silly because when you're using the physics engine and velocity and stuff, you kind of want that stuff on fixed update. Otherwise, you get weird inconsistencies. So I broke this down. I ended up writing a couple of custom actions, and I was like, man, I shouldn't have to be writing all these custom actions and stuff for this tutorial. I mean, this is supposed to be a very basic Playmaker tutorial, but I didn't want to ignore the fact that there was these weird inconsistencies. So I basically scrapped the tutorial, and I actually had some audio quality issues with it anyways. My voice recording was super distorted by the end of everything, so it was probably good that I threw away the tutorial, but it was, I mean, it was like a 30-minute tutorial on something as easy as top-down movement with fake friction. I mean, in code, that would be like 2 to 3 lines. And Playmaker had turned it into this huge mess because I tried to fix the update versus fix update. I had to do all these custom actions, and it was just really, it was really dumb, and I'm kind of sad that I wasted my time on it. But I will end up, after I'm gonna go ahead and make all the actions that are required ahead of time. I'm going to make the entire tutorial project ahead of time. That way I don't do the tutorial and get kind of stuck in the middle of it thinking, oh no, why is this behaving strangely? Because you need to rehearse before you do a tutorial. That's part of the problem. Oh, another thing I should mention is I did a little bit of C++ and I wasn't super familiar with C++ before. So I just kind of dove straight in. I got MinGW to compile everything, and I started off with code blocks. It was recommended to me. I mean, I have Visual Studio, so I should have used that looking back. But I started the project in code blocks. Okay, so I tried to get familiar with OpenGL3, let's see here, GLFW3, GLM, just a bunch of different libraries to do this kind of stuff. And I tried to use, only the open source kind of stuff, and tried to make something that would be able to compile on all the platforms while still being kind of small and simple. So the weird dots here are actually part of a shader, and I followed a tutorial to get most of this stuff out of the way, and eventually I was going to turn this into a voxel engine thing. But I mean, it was really fun to do C++, and it was really fun to be like, oh, I'm going to start an engine nearly from scratch. This is going to be really cool. But I started playing with Unity again, and I just can't leave Unity. I'm a Unity developer kind of guy, I can't get it. I can't escape it. It's too awesome. So this is pretty much as far as I'll probably ever go with C++. I know, it's kind of sad to hear, but, C# is where it's at. Some time frame later, I don't really know. I've never kept track of any dates or anything for any of this stuff. It's just kind of what I've been doing lately. I started I call it Cubecopter. It's a voxely helicopter type game. I based it off some, I saw someone else do little toy cars and little toy trucks and stuff. I say toy, they're just cute little pixely, voxely things. So, that's pretty much what gave me the idea. And we can see the scene here. I haven't actually opened this project in about a week, so I don't remember exactly what I was working on last, and that's a bad thing. You should always work on stuff, but never let it go for a week. You'll forget what the heck you were doing. Oh god, this has sound too. I keep forgetting I add sound sometimes. Anyways, enemies spawn off screen and come straight at you, and you shoot them. And there's planes and there's tanks. The planes are cool because they kind of lean whatever direction they're turning. Oh, I remember what I was going to work on next. They have a damage system as it stands right now. When they get hurt, they start to smoke before they explode. But I was going to make the player use the same damage system that the enemies use, just to kind of make, just reusable code and everything. But, yeah, refactoring it through Playmaker was going to be kind of a pain, and that's why I took a break. But this is what I am supposed to be working on now. It's what I will be working on for pretty much most next week. But during my break, I made another small little prototype game. I make a lot of small little prototypes, and this is something I wanted to turn into a Playmaker tutorial because it was so easy, and it's really basic. You can play it with the keyboard, or I like to play it with the 360 controller. But I mean, you've probably seen other games like this. As you fall, or as the tube goes, it gets faster and faster. And the goal is to not hit the red things and to collect all the gold spinning coins. Before I probably would have just created more and more blocks, but we're actually using pooling here. In fact, it's not even really pooling. It's just that the chunk that disappears behind the camera gets teleported in way far away in front of the camera and rotated. All the chunks, if I stop the, or actually, well, I won't stop the game, but I'll put the scene view here. You can see here that if I click on a chunk, I highlight it and like I selected that one, and then it gets teleported to the front. And as I play, it just keeps warping the chunks back to the front. And the interesting thing about this is that when the game starts, all the chunks actually don't have a rotation. And you can see that the coins are just on the bottom, and the pain, the damage blocks are just, they're on the top. It's weird because when you play it, you don't think of the coins are direct opposite of the little blockers, because when you play it just looks all totally scrambled. But these are, you know, 180 degrees of the little blockers every time. Anyways, the coins actually don't get deleted either. They just become invisible until the chunk gets warped to the front. It broadcasts an event to all children in the chunk that, you know, this chunk has been reset to the front. You need to reset your visibility or reset your settings. And another thing I'm going to do with that is make some of the blockers, the damage, the red things. I'm gonna make the red things disappear or reappear on that reset chunk event. Right now they're just static, but I kind of want some to maybe disappear because it gets really hard, and it would be nicer if maybe 50% or, you know, a varying percentage of the blocks would show up or disappear. Maybe depending on how long you've played. Like the difficulty already ramps up because the world just gets faster and faster, and eventually it's so fast you can't turn. There is actually a cap on how fast things get, though. I didn't want things to get so just like out of control fast. Like this is about where the cap is. It's a slow slope. Oh god. Ooh, wow, that makes a weird visual effect when you see that. When you've been playing this game for a long time, if you've played Guitar Hero for a long time, you'll be looking at the fretboard for a really long time, and then when you look away from the game or pause it, it looks like everything's moving strange. It's a really bizarre thing, and it happens with this game too. Anytime you run into one of the red bricks and your movement stops, your eyes do this weird effect with the tunnel. It's very bizarre. Feels weird. But yeah, I mean, it's really pretty basic. I can show some of the like the state machines here. Rotate the chunk to you snap it to one of the 45-degree angles. Then you move towards the camera. Once you've gone past the -10 and the Z position, you reset the chunk and send the reset chunk event to all children. And then inside of the chunk, we have coins, cubes, and planes. These are just simple planes rotated there. Anyways, I want to turn this into a tutorial. I was worried about floating point inaccuracy, so I ended up moving a lot of things in and out of fixed update. Anything that controls the speed of the tube is in fixed update, but the actual movement of the tube is in regular update with delta time. Also, when you reset it, you don't snap it back to a certain position because that would cause little inaccuracies and gaps. You use whatever point it's at. So if it's beyond -10, it gets reset, but let's say it got, because of the speed and everything, it got to -11.53 something. You actually just subtract from its current position, say 100 units, and that would give you 90.5 something, and it all snaps together. It's something that happens far away. There's fog here, so you can't see what's going on. There's a lot of lights in this scene. I'm thinking, like, I kind of want to bake the lights, like mark these static, run the light mapper, and get kind of a baked lighting thing going on. But I'm not really sure it's worth all the effort. See, if I had Unity Pro, I'd be using the deferred rendering. But because this is all using forward rendering, all the lights add to the draw calls like crazy. But I mean, there's not that much in the scene to begin with. I'm not sure how many draw calls it actually is. It doesn't matter too much because it's pretty much a PC only game. Wow, 900. Goodness gracious. That's a lot. And there's a lot of things that could be done. Like this, the planes could actually be a mesh. Like there's way too many. Like if I turn on the textured wireframe, you see how much wasted polygons there are. This could be just a flat plane. This could be just a regular, like an octagon with like eight flat faces, and that's all you would need. These coins could be, not super complex spheres, but just a really simple object. But also, I don't really want to do art for this game. It's something so simple. It's just kind of a teaching project. I'm not sure that there's any point in giving a whole lot more effort into this. I mean, I put this together in 2, maybe 3 hours. Oh, it has a score counter, but it's using the regular Unity GUI and, the old one. I know there's a new one coming out that would be much nicer, but my current high score, I think, it used to be 28. I got 30 something last night. That was impressive, but 28 is a pretty darn good score to get on here. I had my wife Jennifer play it a lot. She scored 20, was her highest. And yeah. Oh wait, holy crap, I just got 35. How in the world? Man, I wasn't even paying attention. I wonder if I made this easier and I didn't realize it. The other thing I wanted to do was make sure the game ran at the same speed on all computers. Like, I didn't want someone with a slow old computer to have an advantage of like everything moving super slow like the Matrix. So everything's based on delta time. Oh, and sometimes you can just I did update the physics, the fixed update rate, because I calculate the collisions during fixed update. So, and because things move in regular update, not fixed update, there is a chance that you will tunnel through one of these if you're going fast enough. Actually made the blocks a little bit thicker because I was tunneling through them so often. Tunneling's when you're just moving so fast that you go right through something without triggering a collision callback. I don't think it's an issue anymore. Like, if I barely nick this, it'll still get me. So yeah, that was moving pretty much full speed. Anyways, when you die, the coins reset, and a high score is there, and the high score is not persistent. If you close the game, that score's gone forever. It's just there so I can show my friends, hey guys, what's your highest score, basically. I only sent this to a few people, but I'll probably put this on my website. Just a little prototype fun thing. If I find out how to release a package without releasing all the Playmaker stuff, I'll go ahead and do that so people can download it, and if they have Playmaker, just import it straight into Unity. There's a thread on the Playmaker forums about how to do it. I just haven't read it. But yeah, that's pretty much all I've done for the past week or two or month, or I don't know. It's been a long time since I've updated my blog or anything. I'm gonna try to do these video updates once a week. Maybe. I really don't want to commit to it because then people expect it. And it's hard to keep these things up to date, and especially if I don't do anything interesting. I mean, who wants to watch a video where I'm like, hey guys, I didn't do anything this week, the end. So I'll try to release these whenever there's significant things to show. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe. Keep watching my game development stuff. I also do gameplays, let's plays, stuff like that on my YouTube channel. So if you're interested in anything like that, I upload those probably more frequently than I do game development stuff as it is. But that should change. I'm trying to be an active game developer as often as I can. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you had a good time, and I will catch you on the next video. Holy crap, 40.